Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays the Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing all right. Everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely. Me, myself, I'm doing solid. You know, just woke up. Not really just woke up. I woke up, hit the, oh, that's great. Woke up, hit the weights downstairs, feeling myself a nice pump. And I decided, let's get some Isaac recording in before I gotta go somewhere today. So I'm in a slight bit of a pinch, but these beast runs never really take that long. I'm gonna be honest. Let's pull you up. And then let's grab you. You will save us many a struggle in the future. Anyways, besides that, I'm doing solid, you know. Honestly, not even just besides that. Yeah, I worked out today, mentioned it, but that's really good. Hello? A dime and a nickel, brother. I could have saved the bomb. I didn't even realize. Nah. This is, I'm not even joking, this is such a good item if you have, what's it called, dude? If you have, what's the word I'm thinking of, man? Oh, like 9-volt or something. It's such a good item. Essentially, it just means no, what's it called, will hit you, bro. It's so peak. I'm not even joking. It's a genuinely peak item. Also glad I get to play one of my favorite characters in the game, Keeper. I think I've mentioned this before, and honestly, I'll keep mentioning it, one, just because I love Keeper. Keeper's sick. And I also know that he is, like, not God's most popular character, honestly, at least among my friends. My friends absolutely despise the Keeper. And if I'm gonna be honest, I low-key don't blame them. He can be kind of mad annoying to deal with sometimes, just because of the whole weird, like, health issue he has, you know what I mean? And by health issue, I don't mean like he got some kind of liver disease. I mean, it's more like bro's pennies, you know? Bro's stuck with the pennies. With the unfortunate penny shortage. But besides that, he is a great character, honestly. Free triple shot, his own source of regenerative health, a 59% chance to regenerate health, I guess, you know? If I get lucky enough and roll the penny. See, didn't do it twice in a row, so I guess in that aspect he can be annoying. But yeah, I love this guy, dude. The Keeper, so fun. One of my favorite characters. But I guess, like I was saying though, besides even the workout, I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling good. Why? Because working out feels great. Dude, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm low-key back on my gym shit. You know, I feel like it's been a minute since I've talked about it, but I just need to, I feel like I need to speak on it because it is a good thing to speak on, in my opinion. Speaking on the gym is a very, very good thing to mention. Cause it just, it feels great, bro. I'm gonna be real. It feels absolutely great. And also, here, all right, so I'm gonna go over one thing real quick before I talk about how much I love the gym, or I guess how much I love working out. I will speak on a little slight update. So I have managed to clear up some storage on my main drive, which is where all my files go for like recordings. And not only have I managed to clean that up a little bit, but a small bonus, I guess you can call it, is I did a little test. I did a little test recording yesterday. All right. I had myself a solid test recording of what I assumed to be, perhaps this could be good. This could be beneficial, you know, one might say. This could be very beneficial to my recordings. And I decided, or not even to my recording, to my channel, you know, and just in general. I have been playing Night Rain. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a hiccup, I'm so sorry. I've been playing Night Rain and I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. It is insanely fun. I have found myself very much enjoying it. I genuinely, I want to record episodes for it and upload them. So I decided, you know what? Let's get a little, I was gonna say let's get a little freaky. I don't really know how to feel about saying that. I was like, let's get a little creative. You know what I mean? Let's try something out here. So I decided, here's what we're gonna do. I am going to, I just reduced my speed even more. So I'm not going to get red stew. Over 3 minutes? Never mind. Okay, my bad. My apologies. What I was saying is, I decided let's do some experimentation, you know? Let's see how can I save this, I guess. Because I love playing Night Rain. It's very fun. And so a part of me is kind of like, well, I kind of want to like I want to show y'all, you know what I mean? I want to record, I want to show y'all. Dude, getting one of these guys from my friend finder is insanely based. All right, never mind. It was awful. They just died. And then here, watch this, watch this, watch this. Wash dishes. Yes, 1 penny, fuck you game. I was like, you know what, let me change some settings real quick. Let me maybe perhaps raise the CQP a little bit. I did not realize lowering the CQP actually made it more intensive on your, like, the recording. You know, it made the file size larger because it means it's like, I forget exactly, actually. I'm a little dumb. Forgive my ignorance. But essentially, raising the CQP means we lose some quality in exchange for better, what's it called? In exchange for a better file size. But the quality loss isn't necessarily the worst thing ever. Because I was looking at it and I was like, this looks fine, you know? This don't look like... honestly, my baseline, if you... to just a metagame a little bit, metagame life a little bit. My baseline for what should be acceptable bitrate slash like looks sort of is my episode on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Specifically, my episode on 9. Special episode 115, I believe it's called. That episode of like what I've uploaded is my baseline for what should be a good look, sort of. Because that episode looks kind of shit, I'm gonna be real. And that's because I recorded it with my regular usual, like my recording for Isaac settings, you know? And so I didn't realize, oh, these games kind of move a little too fast. I need to record this like, you know, I need to record this properly. So I decided, you know what? I decided, you know what? I need to fix that. So that's why, you know, certain other future Zombies episodes, all the Zombies episodes are recorded in a way nicer bitrate, which makes them look very good. And Elden Ring is kind of one of those games. Elden Ring isn't Isaac, you know what I mean? Elden Ring is way more graphically intensive. So I need to make sure that game looks perfectly fine. You know, that's my opinion at least. Is I need to make sure that I need to make sure that game looks solid, looks good enough, you know? I'm not trying to be out here producing slop for you guys, you know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it. So, I tweaked some settings. The file size was solid. It was 3 gigabytes for 10 minutes, which is a little unfortunate, I guess, to kind of think about. Like, wow, fuck you, game. You only recorded for 10 minutes and it took up 3 gigabytes. An entire, like, I'm not even joking, like an entire maybe 50-minute Isaac run takes all of like 3-4 gigabytes with the regular bitrate, with the constant bitrate. But with the CQP or whatever, you know, the files are gonna be larger. But in my mind, I'm kind of like mathing it out. I'm like, all right, it is 3 gigabytes for 10 minutes, which means if I record and I go, what is it? If I record and I go like a regular 40-minute run, which is like a usual episode, or no, which is like the episode would be 40 minutes, which is like a usual length of a run of Night Rain. I'm like, you know what? That might just work. Only 12 gigabytes? Brother, it was 40 gigabytes to record one of my other runs that I did with my friends. It was 40 gigabytes for that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay. If it's 40 gigs for that, I'm a moron. If it's 40 gigabytes, that was essentially like 1 gigabyte a minute. I was like, you know what? If I can make it 1 gigabyte every... What is that? What's the math on that? 40 divided by 12? It's like 1 gigabyte every 3 or so minutes, something like that. Something similar. If I can make it 1 gigabyte every like 3 minutes, brother, that's solid, you know? That will save me so much on storage space. And in general, I think it's just gonna be overall a really good decision. So for lack of a better term, I got a little freaky and I decided, you know what? Let's try. Let's try post haste. I will see how good can I make this look, how solid can I have this be. And I did it. I'm gonna be real, I did it, brother. I managed to save some space. So hopefully there's no guarantee of anything. There's no guarantee of sale or whatnot. But hopefully I can start recording some Elden Ring Night Rain runs and maybe uploading them. We'll see. You know, we'll see how I'm feeling on doing those. Especially, or not especially, but they're going to release an update soon, actually, that is supposed to make solo runs easier, because if you haven't played Night Rain solo run, Jesus Christ, that shit is hard, brother. Actually, let's go Pokego, man. Pokego, underrated item. I'm gonna be real. I think it's low-key underrated. It's just free familiars. Unironically, just free familiars. And I think the familiar quality depends on what floor you're on. So, we can get some solid fellas out of this. You know, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Oh, Pack Stabber in the item room is so good. So yeah, you know, hopefully Elden Ring Night Rain coming soon, you know? Honestly, I'm not even joking. I'm very excited. If I do start doing it, I'm gonna be very excited. I can't wait. It's gonna be a very fun series, I hope. And hopefully a long and prosperous one. No, they blew up, you loser, you killed my guy. Come on. Nice. Yo, if I hit like 3 of my shots, it kind of instantly dies. That's really good. Okay, my bad. I got a little sidetracked. But, you know, hopefully Night Rain soon. That's all I'm gonna say. Hopefully Night Rain soon. I'm very excited. I can't wait to show it off, one might say. I just can't fucking wait, bro. Besides that, though, like I was saying, let me get back on track onto glazing working out. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you know? Let's get a little Tony story going on. I think I might have mentioned this before, but let me just speak on it because I enjoy it greatly. I remember what is it? A youngin' Tony, you know? I was a youngin'. I would say I didn't know any better, but I remember before, just like when I was a kid, I used to try and work out with my brother, you know, like high school era, I would say. I'd try and work out with my brother because he would work out for things like soccer, you know, school, whatever, he had a reason to work out. And honestly, I think a teenager, you know, teenage-year-old Tony might have had a reason to work out too. And that was to just try and build healthy habits. So I would try to, every once in a while, go to the gym with my brother. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of just did what he did. I never looked anything up. I just did whatever he did. And it was solid. It was enjoyable, you know. In my mind, I was like, I kind of hate this though. You know, I'm gonna be real. In my mind, I was kind of like, I kind of hate this though. This, oh, come on, dude. In such a tiny room too. This is criminal. A part of me was like, this low-key kind of sucks though. You know, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of hating working out. Why? Because one, it ain't gaming, and two, it makes my body feel sore, and I hate that. You know, I was a little a weenie, but I was like, it makes my body feel sore, and I don't like that. So I don't like going to the gym. And also, the gym that we went to was so far from home that it was kind of annoying to get to. You feel me? But I mean, my brother was driving, so I never really complained. But in my mind, my thought process was that. And also, I kind of didn't like really know any better in this aspect. So what I would do whenever I did go to the gym, Tony would literally, I'm not even joking, run like 30 minutes cardio on the treadmill. Every single, like, I would run 30 minutes every single time that I went to work out, and then I would try and like lift weights. And I'm gonna be real with you, brother, it was awful. It sucked. I couldn't do anything. I felt weak, you know? I was like, man, my body can't keep up with this sort of deal, where it's like I'm running all the time, which is good for like a cardio sense, but if I'm gonna be honest, the lifting weights part is what got me. And also, I hated running. Oh, to a degree. I like running. I enjoy running. Just not for very prolonged periods of time. Like, I used to run I wasn't a fast mile kid in what's it called, high school or middle school. Especially in middle school, I didn't like, I kind of like just didn't give a fuck. I barely tried. In high school, I don't know why. For some reason, I don't know if it was the gym teacher, she was just very motivational or whatever, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna work my ass off. And I remember I would try my absolute damnedest, brother. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. What I would do is during the mile in like high school or whatever, I would run around the entire field. And what I would do is on the parts where I had to run, because I remember correctly, like I think there was different things. It was like you walk the shorts, run the longs, and then sometimes it would be you run the longs, or you walk the longs, run the shorts sort of deal. Either way, what I would do, I'm not even joking when I say this is a real Tony lore, is I remember for the parts where I had to run and I was like, I'm gonna try my hardest to get a solid time, I would remember back to watching Attack on Titan. And it was, I think Annie was her name. Spoilers for Attack on Titan. And the whoever the like lady Titan was, you know? The female Titan that was like in the first few seasons or whatever. I think her name's Annie. I could be wrong. I haven't seen AOT in so long. But I remember how she ran like that. Where she would like kind of keep her head down, keep her body like shorter, you know, she would like shorten her body, I guess. And she got like better aerodynamics or whatever, and she would end up running faster. And I don't know if that's a real thing people do, or if I just saw it in anime and I was like, you know what, man, I gotta pull that shit off. So I would do that. During the final sprint, I would keep my head down, kind of bend over slightly, and I would just be sprinting, brother. And I'm gonna be real, at least to me, it felt like that shit worked. I'm gonna be honest. My apologies. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To me, in my mind, I was like thinking it, and it just felt like it. I was like, this works. I am going in on this run right now, sort of deal. I'm gonna be honest. It felt awesome. It felt great. Those times when I would run the mile, I don't know if it was because I was running or just because I was actually putting effort into it. It felt good to run. And I was like, man, I love running. I think, I don't know. I don't want to say no motivation, but like, then post that, you know, I would try running and I just couldn't do it the same way. Like, running on the treadmill just kind of ain't the same as running out and about, you know? Running on the treadmill is like 10 times easier. It is definitely not as hard to run on a treadmill as it is to like run in real life, like on like a field or something like that, or just like around the block sort of deal. You know, there's like different shifts in terrain and stuff like that. It makes it mad easy. But regardless, you know, regardless of what Tony was talking about here, I was like, you know what, man? That's me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, in my heart, I'm like, that's me, bro. But, you know, back then, I would run literally every single time I went to the gym. And I don't want to be this like it was killing my gains, but it low-key, I'm gonna be real, it low-key was killing my gains. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. You know what? We take Book of Shadows on the off chance. Have we done? Yeah, we have. Give me that. We're already 2/3 Bookworm. We take Book of Shadows on the off chance we can potentially finish Bookworm. You know what I mean? On the off chance something goated happens. But I was unironically, I was killing my gains that I was trying to make, and it sucked. You know, I didn't know any better though. Truth be told, I didn't know any better. But who would have guessed straining your body a lot for 30 minutes before you started to lift weights, which is also a straining body activity. My body's just like, man, I'm too tired to do this BS. But then I remember I started going to the gym again. Hold on. My apologies. Let's get wrapping this up. But I remember when, like, kind of post-lockdown sort of deal, you know, post-COVID lockdown, I'm like, you know what, man, let me actually try. Let me start going to the gym again. I want to actually make a change in my life. Let me go to the gym. So I'm like, I start going, I start researching, and I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just because it was something that I was researching in and I was like maybe slightly knowledgeable about. I was like, I kind of fuck with this, you know? In my mind, I'm kind of like, I'm vibing with this, bro. This is awesome. This is cool. This is great. Justice. I mean, it's okay. I can maybe get us a chest of sorts, mayhaps. A beverage of sorts, one might say. But dude, I don't know. It was just the fact that I was able to, like, I was researching it, you know, I was learning, I guess, you know. Man, you know what? I understand it now. The gym is fun. It's cool, yeah. But you know what else is fun and cool? Learning, brother. When you seek out knowledge of your own and you, like, try to understand / work with it, learning that shit, it feels, I'm gonna be real, brother, it feels good, man. I feel great when I learn. And honestly, that's how I'm feeling about that. Super Greed, I was hoping for you. I was hoping I would get you here because I don't want to deal with you in the next shop. In the next shop, I want a real shop. But learning's great, man. Learning's fun. Learning's awesome. And honestly, it's great that even after, you know, doing so much back then, doing a lot now, I feel like I'm still learning in a gym aspect, you know? I feel like there's still a lot of things that I'm unaware of. that I've been learning and kind of being like, this is great. Especially on like the home gym side of things, essentially. It's my first time like having a home gym, you know? I don't want to say a safe space to work out at home, but like that's kind of what it is. It's my first time having a nice place to work out at home, so. I'm feeling good, honestly. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm feeling good. It's great. It's awesome. There's only, not even, I don't know how you describe it though. There's always one thing about the gym that scares me. I'm pretty sure, or working out that scares me. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen stuff like this before though. Have you guys seen those videos of like people doing preacher curls or whatever? If you don't know what a preacher curl is, you essentially have your arms extended out at like an angle on like either a chair or like a certain padding thing, and the whole thing is like essentially just a bicep curl, but like at a more horizontal angle, at a diagonal angle. It's like a diagonal bicep curl. So I've seen, low-key, too many videos of people attempting to do preacher curls or just doing preacher curls and then like tearing their bicep, and it is, I'm gonna be real with you, one of the most eye-opening, scary things I could think of when it comes to working out. Is I want to work out, it's good to work out, but I'm low-key afraid of having something like that happen. You know what I mean? I'm afraid of like just, injury sustained, you can no longer move your arms. You know, you're done for, brother. That's what I'm afraid of. That's the one thing that I'm very much afraid of, is that I fear injury in the home gym. Now, granted, what's the best way to avoid injury in this instance? In this scenario, you just simply do not work out with a bad form or lift a weight that you know you cannot handle. You know, you work out smarter, not harder, or whatever sort of deal. And if you work out that way, you can definitely live a hopefully long, fulfilling workout career without like hooking yourself, sort of deal. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep it a stack. There's always that one. There's always that thought. There's always that thought where it's like, what if I don't though? What if I'm a moron and I decide to do something very stupid and I ruin myself for life, you know? I'm gonna be real. That thought strikes me low-key one too many times when working out, and it brings fear to my heart. So, you know, there's not, life ain't all cookies and cream sort of deal. I mentioned that before. Life ain't all cookies and cream. I think I named an Isaac episode after it. Very funny. But it's true though. Honestly, it's low-key true. Life ain't all cookies and cream, little fella. And that's just how it be sometimes. Why would I want to get teleported to the room? Oh, you monster. I'm gonna be honest with y'all though, besides that, I mean, like, I'm gonna be real. It's not a constant fear I have in the back of my head of like, oh, I'm gonna be real, it's kind of really only during the preacher curls. And luckily, I've kind of started to realize, I remember before I've complained about like lower back discomfort / pain or whatever, I'm starting to work out a little bit more. I'm starting to realize like, okay, wait, I kind of did just like have shit form. My eyes are starting to awaken, you know, my third eye's open, the chakras like, whatever, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I'm feeling more comfortable, which is good. That was my one worry about starting to work out from home, is that I feel like I built most of my workout regimen on like machines, you know? Tony has become too reliant on machine learning and AI. That's not true. I just wanted to say AI because machine learning. I've become too reliant on the machine. I'd go back to humanity sort of deal, you know what I mean? So now that I'm going back to humanity, I realize I just had bad form. Oh my god, no! My Gaper, bro, or whoever that guy was. I think it's called the Gaper, the one that spawns flies. Or I think Gapers are the one that go like, "Rrrr." Ow. Solid, solid.
You need to confess your sins and become saved. Let his light inside you cleanse your soul.
You are insane. Oh, Retrovision, I hate you. Isaac, we mold you, bro.
Pray for your salvation. Come, pray with us, Isaac.
Ooh. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good this way. Nope. Or no, we could still potentially. I don't think so, but we could still potentially be good. I'm gonna be real, I think we're going the wrong way. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a giant honk shoe with you guys. Oh, maybe not. No, it just was really long. That's unfortunate. But yeah, as I've started to get more form, I'm not gonna lie, I've started to feel less discomfort. I feel like I'm still slightly worried though, you know, just like a little status update if anyone cares. Slightly worried, just because I noticed it mainly leg day. I remember I was doing some pull exercises, like I was trying to do like a underhand row sort of deal. I decided to just do a tripod dumbbell row and then a preacher curl, and when doing those two, I'm kind of like, you know what, man, I'm feeling better about it. At least in my mind, I'm thinking I'm feeling better about it. Definitely last time I did like the tripod one, I think I know what the issue is. I just wasn't driving enough force into my foot to kind of like support me, so it felt like I was just like kind of manually hanging there sort of deal, and that was the bad part. Don't die. Don't die, Tony. Don't die, Tony. You still got a nice, fulfilling life to live. Please don't pass. There's an item in here? Hey! This is trash. This is horrible, man. Fantastic! I'm sorry. I don't even play Marvel Rivals anymore, bro. You know, I used to be God's best Adam Warlock. And I threw it all away for what? For fortune and fame and... Nah, I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I like Marvel Rivals, don't get me wrong. It's a very fun game, very cool. I don't know. I don't even know what happened. I think we stopped playing it because we started playing another game. I think like Monster Hunter Wilds or whatever, maybe? I forget. We started playing something else and then I just kind of never got back on it, unfortunately. And it's kind of that sort of game, I feel like, it's happened to Fortnite too, where it's like the skill ceiling is very high. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, I haven't played in a long time. If I try to hop back in now, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm probably done for, you know? I'm probably gonna be cooked if I try and hop back in to play Marvel Rivals now. So what do? We just simply never play it again. You know, that like the meta would have evolved too much. I'm an Adam Warlock main, you feel me? Yes, we exist, all two of us. Me and Quad. But like besides that though, you know, like I like playing Adam Warlock, but I'm blowing you up, man. I like playing Adam Warlock, but I can only, you know, I can only, what's it called? What's the word I'm thinking of? I can only do so much for the team as Adam Warlock. And I've just kind of learned to accept that sort of deal, you know? Tony, you've given up low key. I can only do so much for the team, one. And also, like other characters, other people who have played the game for longer than I have, they're definitely gonna whoop me if I try hopping back on. You feel me? So I just don't hop back on. And it happened with Fortnite too. I feel like if you don't treat that game like a full-time job, you essentially just got cooked. Once building got like crazy, people started cranking 90s, you know, the unemployed started rolling. Tony, that's a little mean. It's fine, I can say it. I was unemployed. We've all been unemployed once. But I'm not even joking. Once like people with no job, no life can crank out hours of practice on that game, that's when, I don't want to say it started going downhill, because that like I don't want to be that kind of guy. I don't think the game went downhill. I'm gonna be real, I actually really enjoy Fortnite a lot. So surprising, I know. I actually thoroughly enjoy Fortnite. Off rip, immediately not getting a coin has, I think, killed me. Yeah, I think I'm done for. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try my best to, but I think I'm done. I'm dead. Oh, you stopped it! You stopped it in the middle! You're cheating! Anyways, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time you're viewing this. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.